وَلَا تَجْعَلْ يَدَكَ مَغْلُولَةً إِلَىٰ عُنُقِكَ. Don't put your hand, don't take your hand and tie it to your neck. مَغْلُولَة, غُلَّة, chained, tied. Okay? Don't tie your hand to your neck. There's a figure of speech in Arabic. Okay? They say, غُلَّتْ يَدُهُ. غُلَّتْ يَدُهُ. His hand is tied. The hand being tied to the neck means the hand reaches into the pocket when you go shopping. Right? But imagine your hand is tied to your neck like this. Now you're at the cash register. What are you supposed to do to get the money out? Basically choke yourself to death. Every time you reach down, your neck is about to snap. Right? The image is of someone who has such a hard time spending. Every time they spend, they feel like they're being choked to death. Don't be that cheap. You should be fiscally responsible on the one hand. Don't crazy spend. لا تبذر تبذيرا. Don't walk into the Best Buy with a wad of cash and say, here, give me stuff. Don't do that. You know. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, وَلَا تَبْسُطْهَا كُلَّ الْبَسْطِ. But at the same time, don't extend your hands all as far as you can go. Easy imagery to understand. When your hands are extended out, is this a normal way of a person walking? No. Now imagine you're walking like this in the grocery store. In the aisle. What's happening? You're putting a lot of stuff in your cart. Okay? In other words, you're getting your hands into things they don't belong in. You have to walk normally, which means you have to act normally when it comes to financial dealings. Don't stick your hand in all kinds of financial transactions. Keep it easy. And it's not just talking about shopping. As a matter of fact, it's also talking about charity. You get excited, I'm going to be like Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. I'm going to sell the house. Give it to the masjid. Wonderful. You have a plan after that, or? Is Abu Bakr as-Siddiq still in business? Was he still in business? Was he still a very successful businessman? Did he still have his contact? Did he still have a plan? He did. And by the way, it's a very unfair thing to do to the Muslim community, that you take the top rank of the thousands of the Sahaba, the thousands of them, and you take the top rank of them, and you say, why can't you be like that? That's very unfair to the Muslims. Me personally should strive for better and better. But at the level of community, we're not supposed to impose standards that are way beyond the minimal. Way beyond. We're talking about the people whose iman is on the one side and the iman of the rest of the ummah is on the other side. You can't put yourself in that position. They are our role models, absolutely. We have to emulate their behavior, absolutely. But at the same time, you cannot take bits and pieces of accounts that you may have from the Sahaba and say, I'm going to be like that. You have to be more responsible. And why? Because if you do get like emotional and then you just kind of do something crazy, then you know what's going to happen? فَتَقْعُدَ مَلُومًا. And you're going to be sitting there blameworthy, mahsuran, filled with regret. And if you give sadaqah and afterwards you regret it, did the sadaqah count? Nope. So don't do it if you can't handle it. Don't think it through. You should give sadaqah, but within your means. Within your means. And then there will be those of ihsan and the opportunities will come, ala ra'si wal ayn. But I tell you, don't be, and I've talked to you about this before, the idea of, encouraging Muslims to give in sadaqah, give charity for good, noble causes is critical. I mean, our institutions have to survive somehow. But to emotionally manipulate people by telling them that their iman is in jeopardy if they don't give, and how will they make it to Jannah? That's a little shady. And you have to become smarter people than that. Give to good causes, not because you went to a fundraiser. Give to good causes because they're good causes. Give to good causes because you can. And that's the other side of it. Muslims should be financially responsible enough that they should know the masjid is a huge service. And they should have a chunk of their income that's dedicated to the masjid. It's a part of what made their life better in a community. It gave them goodness in life. They should give back. That's above and beyond. It's a house of Allah. I'm going to get something in Jannah. It's just a matter of, look at how much blessings have come, for example, to our community here as a result of the existence of the masjid. Whether you agree with the administration or not, or the programs aren't going to your expectation, none of that matters. At the end of the day, we're getting something out of it. A lot out of it, as a matter of fact. Right? So it's just a matter of being fair. You should give back. That's the maturity of the public. And the maturity of the administrations is to not use the religion and religious motivations to hold people hostage at programs. It's not fair. And it takes away the respect for the ayat and the ahadith and these motives and the profound legacies of these Sahaba. Wallahu a'lam.